Senator John Fetterman was the first Democratic senator to visit Mar-a-Lago, and he says he's committed to working alongside Republicans, but can he find a middle ground with an administration that has spent the first week in power destroying Democratic Party policies, and let's say he's a little shaky with democracy. Okay? So please welcome to our table, finally, in reality, Senator John Fetterman.
Hello, welcome to the review. Thanks for clicking on the link. I appreciate it. Today we have The View and Senator John Fetterman, who I think is going to be the next Joe Manchin. He's going to be the guy that actually votes against his party when his party tries to do something stupid. Let's continue.
So, but are you surprised at anything you've been seeing, or do you anticipate that there's going to be changes that we should be prepped for that we're not thinking about?
I mean, honestly, I haven't been surprised by anything now. I mean, he's been doing essentially what he actually campaigned on that. He announced he is going to pardon the J6 individuals. He is going to absolutely go after the border. So there's a lot of things that he's already ran on. I mean, criticized a lot of it, and I don't agree with everything either, but it's undeniable he actually ran on that and been really upfront. He's like, I am your reputation, and he's, kind of making those moves. So that's kind of where we're at. Early on, immediately after the election, I was like, hey, we have a choice. We can freak out and follow every other thing around, like a cat, with a laser after every one. But I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be that Democrat.
This guy seems like, I didn't like him when he was running. I didn't think it was a good idea to elect him at the time because he had the stroke issues. And I believe that's why he has the iPad in front of him. He has to read a question to understand what they're actually saying. He can't understand it when they speak it to him. So he does still have some brain issues, but he seems to understand and be able to answer perfectly. And the guy seems really down to earth, willing to work with the Republicans, which I appreciate. I think he's going to end up trying to run for president or something at some point. If his health gets him through the next few years, I think he may try and run. But yeah, he seems like the most down to earth Democrat senator other than Joe Manchin out there. So is Manchin gone? Can somebody let me know in the comments? Did he leave, or is he still there?
For me, engaging the president, I think when you're in this business, I mean, that's part of the job. Any more you would criticize Governor Newsom, that received the president there after the fires in California. They are going to find a way to work together. I mean, that's where we are. And I hope maybe you are watching are tired of just like the venom and the hate. And it's like, I'd like more bipartisan kinds of things. And you are going to agree with things, and you're going to disagree on things. And I'm going to pick my fights.
Amen. What a grown-up thing to do, just like put your political beliefs aside, put it aside, and work like grown-ups together for the good of the country. Imagine that. And the hosts on The View, they don't understand it. They don't get it. To them, you have to fight tooth and nail anything the Republicans want to do, even if it is good for the country. It doesn't matter. Party before everything else. It's completely ridiculous. I got more and more respect for this guy as he goes.
And I'm not going to, and I've chosen not to add to the cheap heat online or go after those kinds of things. I've never found that helpful. And if those kinds of things were helpful, we would be in a different situation. We'd be the ones making those kinds of decisions with the new administration, with then Vice President Harris.
Yeah. Well, Senator, Trump's pardoning of roughly 1,500 January 6th rioters on his first day back in office is still reverberating. And
Whoa. I thought they were insurrectionists. Was she just honest by mistake?
when we last spoke with you in December, you were critical of Joe Biden having just pardoned his son, Hunter. So although President Trump ran on doing this, there was a discrepancy in a lot of people in his inner circle said he wouldn't do it for violent offenders. So there was some surprise in what he ended up doing.
Of course not. I'm on record criticizing going after Hunter Biden, and I also agreed that the trial in this city, in New York, was politically motivated. That wouldn't otherwise have been prosecuted if it was someone else.
Just for clarification, did you mean that the 34-count case in which Donald Trump was found guilty of various financial crimes was politically motivated here in New York?
I found that when the judicial system gets weaponized and targeted political enemies for political gain, I think that's inappropriate, and I think that degrades our collective trust in this a very important institution, whether that's on a Democratic going after a Republican or a Republican going after a Democratic one. And I like to think I call it strikes and balls, because the judicial system has to remain impartial. I mean, that's really the cornerstone of our society.
Absolutely. God, it's so nice to hear somebody just be honest. You know what I mean? Even if he's not cool with some of the J6 pardons, honestly, I don't think anybody that actually attacked a police officer should have been pardoned either. They should have served their time. But so I can appreciate the honesty, man. It's actually really refreshing to hear somebody be honest about what's going on. God bless Fetterman for that, man, for real.
All right. Well, our thanks to Senator John Fetterman. Hegseth got in anyway. But you did say no, and I like that. We'll be right.
So, yeah, I think that's it. I think Fetterman has a good future, man. I hope to see him on more committees and stuff because he is pretty level-headed. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. I'm out. Cheers.